Throughout the course of history, the region within the borders of Pakistan has witnessed significant civilizations, wars, advancements in culture and technology, as well as societal and religious transformations. In this video, we will quickly traverse through key events that have shaped the historical landscape of this area. Modern humans are believed to have arrived in Pakistan between 73,000 and 55,000 years ago, marking the beginning of settled life. The transition to agriculture and pastoralism commenced around 700 BC, with people engaging in farming and the domestication of animals such as goats, sheep, and cattle. By 4500 BC, settled life had become more widespread, evolving over time into the Indus Valley Civilization, one of the earliest civilizations, comparable to ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia. The Indus Valley Civilization was renowned for pioneering new techniques in handicraft and metallurgy. Notably, it is considered the first civilization to utilize wheeled transport in the form of bullock carts and boats. The strategic route through the Indus Valley, connecting Central Asia, the Indian subcontinent, and the Orient, attracted people from distant places. Around the beginning of the second millennium BC, climate change, characterized by persistent drought, led to the abandonment of urban centers in the Indus Valley Civilization. Its population resettled in smaller villages and mingled with Indo-Aryan tribes, who, driven by similar climatic effects, migrated to various parts of the Indian subcontinent. This period marked the Vedic era, 1500 to 500 BC, during which Indo-Aryans brought their distinctive religious traditions, blending them with the local culture. The initial Vedic culture was tribal and pastoral, centered in the Indus Valley, which is present-day Pakistan. The Vedas, the oldest scriptures of Hinduism, were composed during this time. However, by the 6th century BC, Vedic tribes in the Indus Valley were engaged in conflicts with each other and were vulnerable to external invasions. King Darius I of the Achaemenid Empire seized the opportunity presented by this instability and planned an invasion of the Indus Valley, a significant objective for the Persian Empire. In 518 BC, Darius led his army through the Khyber Pass, eventually reaching the Arabian Sea coast in Sindh by 516 BC. Persian rule introduced a centralized administrative system to the Indus Valley, marking the establishment of provinces or satrapies with provincial capitals. Despite historical accounts, there is no archaeological evidence supporting Canaanite control over these regions. The easternmost satraps and the borderlands of the Achaemenid Empire are known from Darius's inscriptions and Greek sources. In 328 BC, Alexander the Great, king of Macedonia, Persia, and pharaoh of Egypt, conquered much of the Indus Valley. Following Alexander's death in 323 BCE, his expansive empire, stretching from Greece to the Indus River, was divided among his generals. Taking advantage of internal conflicts among Alexander's generals, Chandragupta and his Brahmin counselor, Chanakya, expanded the Mauryan Empire from its Ganges plain heartland to the Indus Valley between 325 BCE and 303 BCE. The Mauryan Empire incorporated present-day Pakistan and extended into Afghanistan, collapsing around 180 BC. The Shunga Empire emerged, but not in the Indus Valley. Meanwhile, Greeks who settled in the region post-Alexander's campaigns influenced the local culture. The Indo-Greek kingdom expanded beyond the Hindu Kush, covering areas in modern Afghanistan, including Panjshir and Kapisa, and extending into the Punjab region. This era witnessed the blending of Greek and Indian languages, cultures, and traditions. From the 2nd century BC to the 1st century BC, Sakas migrated from southern Central Asia into Pakistan, replacing the Indo-Greeks. Indo-Parthian and Kushan empires ruled the region in the 1st centuries AD. In the late antiquity period, the Indo-Iranian borderlands were incorporated into the Sassanid Empire by Shapur I by the end of the 3rd century. The Gupta Empire, existing approximately from 320 to 600, covered much of northern South Asia, including parts of modern Pakistan, with borders touching the Sassanid Empire in the Indus Valley. The Gupta Empire witnessed significant achievements and cultural developments during the reigns of notable leaders. Literary epics such as the Mahabharata and Ramayana were produced. However, the Gupta Empire eventually collapsed due to internal and external factors, including territorial losses, invasions, and instability. The Hephthalites, a nomadic confederation in Central Asia, existed during the late antiquity period and were defeated by an alliance of Indian rulers. The Brahmin dynasty ruled the region of Sindh between 632 and around 724. Another crucial period in the region's history was the expansion of the Arab caliphates in the 7th century. After conquering the Middle East and the Sassanid Empire, Arab forces reached the Indus Valley. Muhammad bin Qasim conquered a significant portion of the Indus region for the Umayyad Caliphate. During the Arab Caliphate's rule, a gradual shift to Islam occurred, with the new religion spreading, and Arabic and Persian languages influencing the region. Following the Arab Caliphates, the Ghaznavid Empire and then the Ghurid Empire dominated the Indus Valley, further establishing and spreading the new cultural and religious norms. The Delhi Sultanate, centered in Delhi, emerged as a sultanate ruling over large parts of India during the medieval period. This period saw the rise of the Hindi-Urdu language, representing a fusion of Indian and Islamic influences. The integration of the Indian subcontinent into a growing world system and wider global networks, spanning Afro-Eurasia, significantly impacted Indian culture and society. In the 13th and 14th centuries, the Mongols sought control over the region. Timur invaded the Punjab region, sacking cities at the end of the 14th century. The First Battle of Panipat, fought between Babur and the Lodi dynasty in North India, marked the beginning of the Mughal Empire and the end of the Delhi Sultanate. This battle, one of the earliest involving firearms and field artillery in the Indian subcontinent, was instigated by the Mughals. The early modern period began with the Mughal Empire, a time of economic development, prosperity, and cultural flourishing for Pakistan. The Sikh Empire emerged during this period, and Sikhism originated in the Punjab region. Despite a brief interruption by the Sur Empire, the Mughals significantly influenced the art, architecture, and culture of present-day Pakistan. The decline of the Mughals in the late 18th and early 19th centuries saw the rise of other regional powers. The Durrani Empire, the Maratha Empire, and the Sikh Empire controlled different parts of the region. The majority of the territory of modern Pakistan was occupied by the East India Company, a precursor to British colonial rule. A series of conflicts ensued in the region, with the English fighting alongside local rulers, Sikhs, and Afghans. Eventually, Pakistan became a part of British rule, later gaining independence on August 14, 1947. The partition of English India into East and West Pakistan along religious lines led to violence and conflicts among Hindus, Sikhs, and Muslims, resulting in mass migrations. The ongoing dispute over Kashmir escalated into the First War between India and Pakistan. In 1956, Pakistan declared itself an Islamic republic, adopting a parliamentary democratic system of government. Another conflict with India took place between April 1965 and September 1965, driven by economic grievances and political tensions in East Pakistan. Subsequently, another conflict with India in 1971 led to Pakistan's defeat and the creation of Bangladesh. Zulfikar Ali Bhutto established an Islamic socialist system in 1977, but after a coup, Bhutto was executed, leading to the imposition of Islamic rule. Political crises, new elections, and insecurities continued to characterize modern Pakistan. A significant demographic shift occurred, with the population increasing from around 35 million at independence in 1947 to over 200 million today.